After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hi everybody, welcome to Pen Hook and Needles Podcast, episode 170. It is Monday, August 31st, 2015, and who are you? I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico, just about everywhere, unless you happen to be on my writer's sites where I'm Shadowlight or Shadowlight 1.
And I am Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy, all over the web. And I just realized I forgot to take my Claritin this morning, so she'll see how this goes.
Okay, we want to welcome all new and returning viewers. Thank you for joining us.
Did I say my first name or did I just say Franciscan Gypsy?
I have no idea. I don't listen to you.
Hi, I'm Talia.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. We know that you have a lot going on with that you have demands on your time, so we're glad that you're with us.
Mm-hmm.
We want to welcome especially our new members, and our existing ones too, but our new members who have just become official. We have CM Truckin' Mama 10, who is Charlotte. Welcome, Charlotte. MSTS Knitting, who is Tammy. I think it's Ms. I think it's Ms. and then her initials and knitting.
Okay.
Tammy, welcome, Tammy. We have Craft Me Up 04, who is Ashley. Welcome, Ashley.
It sounds like that should be like a song or something.
Yeah. Baby in Jewels, who is April. Welcome, April. SL Snyder 70, who is Sandy, and she's our under the wire person this week.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to all of you, and welcome to all of you who have returned for another week here at the Woman Cave.
What art thou drinking?
I'm not finished yet.
Okay. We'll finish.
I will if somebody will stop being rude. Child. Anyway, I do want to say that we have made a slight change in our group. It's nothing major. You will notice no difference because these people are active anyway, and we love them for it. We have, because our group is growing, for which we are absolutely grateful and ecstatic about, and we are even more ecstatic that you are so chatty. That's awesome. But we can't keep up with it. So we've had two people join us as moderators.
Yes.
And so that would be Sue, who is Family Diva, and Valeria, who is Gleer.
And the past forever, they've been acting as moderators unofficially.
Yes.
We just made it official.
Yes.
Basically, when we discussed the idea of moderators, Mom and I didn't even have to discuss. It was a matter of, oh, I'll be Sue and Valeria.
Yeah.
Oh, that was who I was thinking of anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it was a no-brainer.
They had no chance except to say no. And they didn't, so we're very grateful to have them.
It makes it a lot lower stress. Like, we know that a moderator will always be in contact with somebody,
right.
And then it means we can respond and not feel
overwhelmed
by it.
Because we are so...
And as a result, we actually might respond more because we aren't feeling overwhelmed.
Which is great.
It's a weird...
They're doing us a great service.
Yes,
and
thank you.
We are very glad to have them, and now people will not have to wait 50,000 years to get their questions answered sometimes.
Yes.
I mean, if it's one specific to us, we'll get to it as soon as we can, but if it's, welcome or, just general stuff, Sue and Blair will probably pop in if we don't. So it's nice to have them with us.
And like I said, I feel like I'll probably keep up with a whole lot better because I won't feel the pressure of it.
Yes, me too.
And I have like light bouncing off my glasses.
I know, that's what I said last week, when they look like Mission Impossible. No.
I did it again!
Watch the tea.
What's in your mug?
I have chai tea in my Pen Hook and Needles mug.
Dun, 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 dun. There we go.
My Pen Hook and Needles mug.
I don't know why I keep wanting to do the Good, Bad, and the Ugly song. Okay, and this is the Franciscan Gypsy Designs mug.
Yeah.
And this time, I felt like I needed caffeine because I was dragging when I got out of bed today.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to just go back to sleep. So I needed caffeine. I am drinking Yorkshire tea, Taylors of Harrogate, and I am drinking it British style, i.e. with milk.
Because not enough. Not enough.
Normally I drink my tea black.
When I first got...
with some sugar.
Was introduced when we were in England. We lived in England for 4.5 years, for those of you who are new.
And you never let us have any tea when we were over there.
We
had
had
chocolate.
Yes. We had tea served at the church or the little tea places, and they would put milk in it, so it was almost, I swear, it had to be a third milk and the rest tea. It was really good, but it's not the way I normally have tea.
Yeah.
And it was just, I miss it sometimes. Sometimes I'm going to have that once in a while.
Like I said, normally I drink it black, but I just felt like mixing it up a little bit.
Right.
I still get my caffeine content, and it's just a little bit of a weaker than I normally drink it tea.
Now, this may feel a little rushed. We hope not. Ty's got a meeting to go to a little bit later today, so we're going to try and get as much...
It's not a meeting.
Well, it's whatever it is.
Infection control.
She has to
blah,
go.
blah, blah.
We're going to try and get as much into the podcast as we can. So we're going to move right along. Do you want to do something before cardiac? We're not going to do a lot for cardiac.
Yeah, this time it's not going to be as much informational for cardiac because we have a lot to talk about this week. And yes, and I am wearing my cardiac ride along thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love this thing. It's like a ginormous bib.
You need one. She has not grown out of her tendency as a baby to drool. She would go through, I kid you not, 3 or 4 bibs a day. And even when she wasn't teething, it was just...
If you could say I'm not as sensitive as Davina is. If that was a Davina story, she'd go ballistic.
It was so fun. Because we have little videos of her, and she's looking with these big old owl eyes, and she's got just the wet bib, and her face is all wet.
I think my eyes were bigger than my face almost.
But anyway, did you want to do
the basics of cardiac? Baby hats. We have several people who are setting in baby hats. They have not yet arrived. I know you're really worried about yours, Lear.
I'm sure they're coming.
I'm sure they're coming. Netherlands to the U.S. That's
right.
Quite a trek. They maybe had to take a rest along the way.
One of the islands in between somewhere. But
my geography's terrible. I don't even know what's between.
Yeah, don't say Hawaii because there's no Hawaii there.
My geography's terrible. I have no idea what's between us and Netherlands. But
lots of water.
Maybe they're swimming.
Well, they're not. They're Dutch. Dutch, right? Yes, Dutch hats, so they can swim.
Yes, or skate.
Yes. Well, it's not frozen.
Exactly.
So,
but
see, we do read the threads.
Yes, we do.
We just don't respond all the time.
What was I saying?
I do not know.
Baby hats. We have several on the way, and spoiler: I do not have a finished baby hat this week. Tear. But I have other things to talk about in that front.
Okay.
That's the baby hats. Cardiac right along. We're still going strong.
We have 4 weeks.
Yeah.
4 weeks.
It ends. Last day is the last day of September.
30th of September.
Yes. So we have a full month because we'll be starting into September.
Yep. Tomorrow.
Excuse me.
Wow. Tomorrow. Hey guys, 3 weeks? No, 4 weeks. 3.5, 4 weeks for Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival.
And I have 6 shifts till vacation.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot going on in September, so.
And the 3 shifts, because I work them all in a row, go really fast. Mm-hmm. So then it'll be only 3 shifts, and then that'll go really fast.
And we have a retreat, a religious retreat, the week before the Fiber Festival.
Yes.
So.
I'm looking forward to my vacation. Anyway, cardiac went along. It's been running since July 1st. It goes through September 30th. For this 3-month period, the focus of the Cal, K-A-L-C-A-L, knit along, crochet along, will be to knit and or crochet using the color red in some significant way in your projects with cardiac awareness in mind. Each week will be indoctrinated with some cardiac health fun facts.
Indoctrination.
This week there is no indoctrination because of other things. But hot tea. Please do not consider information given during the cardiac read-along as replaced from seeing your doctor if you think that you may be having cardiac or other issues. We have 3 awesome co-hosts for the read-along. Tanya Maria, the Sampler Girl podcast. I think I'm caught up on her podcast.
I think I am too. She has a new shawl out. Well, it's not out yet. She's going to be putting it out soon.
Yes. And then there's Kenneth, Turbo Knitter 64 of the Turbo Knitter podcast, and Heidi Packing It 64. I'm sorry.
Packing It
1.
Not everybody is 64.
When I'm 64, when I get old to
move along.
My hair, many years
Move
from now.
along.
Okay.
Spare us your shenanigans.
You can double, triple dip in all of these groups as long as you're a member of the group you are posting in.
And that goes for any other groups as well.
Yes. Rules may vary between different groups, so be sure to read the rules before posting.
Blah, 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 blah.
Before,
I do not say blah, 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 blah.
Before posting in each group.
Heidi will get that reference. And if she doesn't, she should. And I mean Heidi, Nitty Girl.
Yes. Not Kitty Girl.
No. Nitty Girl.
Heidi Packing It is taking pre-orders for, well, I don't know if she's still taking pre-orders.
I think she might be taking regular orders now.
Just regular orders made for the Hearts of Flutter.
I don't know if she still has it or not.
Anyway, proceeds for the Hearts of Flutter yarn will go / have gone to cardiac research at the Mayo Clinic. You have the choice, or you had the choice of fingering and yarn and worsted yarn. I don't know if that's still available.
Yeah, if you want that yarn, because some of the projects have used that yarn, it's very pretty. If you decide you want it, the best way to know if she has it is to go to the shop.
Yes. There is no extra points or extra posting for Hearts of Flutter yarn. I don't do things like that in the cows that I run. I like mine to be KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
I'm not stupid.
I am.
So, I didn't say it.
I like things very simple and uncomplicated, and as many ways I could say simple while being redundant.
While being redundant or while not being redundant?
While being redundant. I'm trying to be redundant.
You are redundant.
I am. Whips and FOs are both eligible to be...
Ouch!
Yes. Are both eligible to be drawn for...
You better show her what I'm touching. I guess it's yeah.
It'll make more sense later. She keeps. I'm not the only one who's distracting.
Distracting.
Whips and FOs will be eligible to be drawn for prizes. Wait. Whips and FOs will both be eligible to be drawn for prizes in the PHN group for the cardiac read-along.
One whip per project per week. And one finished object, whenever it's finished.
Oh, yeah, whenever it's finished, yes.
And you can start it whenever. You can finish it whenever.
But you need to work on it during the along.
This along,
yes. Because we always have an along
going. Will you ride along?
Actually, the Pinktober should be coming up.
Yes, that's in October.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's right in the middle of our... Well, it's right. It's the first month of our toy along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you, that was the cardiac. Are you finished with that part of the cardiac? If you want to say who the prize is, or you want
to. We announced the prizes on all the previous weeks. Thank you for all the people who've offered prizes. And we will. I'm not going to run through it this week.
We'll go over it next week when we show the prizes for September, for our September showing. But just for a heads up, most of you already know, but those of you who are new, the toy along starts. October 1st?
Toy Along is probably one of my favorites.
It is.
Even because I just love... And I did this, as soon as the Toy Along was finished, I was so depressed, I went to Stacy Trock's group and started going through her finished objects, threads that you show off your toy threads. I was just like, oh, this is cute, oh, this is cute, oh, this is cute.
I've always loved toys, and that's one of our earliest ones, and that and the Autism Awareness.
That was our first one.
Did we do that before Autism Awareness?
We did that before Autism Awareness. We did the Toy Along first.
Okay, well...
This is then year 3, 4 of the Toy Along? Something like that?
I think it's the 4th.
We've been doing it since... The podcast has been around since May 2012.
We're going on our 4th year as podcast... podcasters. I think it's our 4th. Maybe it's our 3rd. I don't remember.
It would be
I thought last year was 3rd.
But 2012 to 2015 is 3 years.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Regardless,
Math
the Toy
challenge.
Along has been our oldest one.
The Toy Along starts October 1st and goes through December 31st. And
the idea was to make it easier for people to get Christmas
gifts.
And then we just love toys.
Yes.
And that was even before I was designing toys. That was just...
But my point is that you mentioned Pinktober. Pinktober will be co-running with that for a month, October. We are co-hosting that with Denise from the Knitting Den.
So you'll get another sticky on our thread.
You really have to open up the group because we have so many stickies.
Okay, so going on to projects?
Yes. I think so. Because we have all the other stuff has to be back-ended.
Yes. How many do you have?
I think I have 6. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I know. I always know.
It is when I'm 64, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I generally know how many projects I have, but I'm kind of,
How many did you have?
6.
Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.
Well, go ahead.
Okay, well then I will just show the 2 I cannot show. That's like a cheater's way around it. It is an amazing silver shed bag.
With little froggies. Not turtles.
It is XX large. With little froggies. And
All
a
over.
zipper. And it's a wedge.
Not a wedgie.
No, not wedgie.
Little froggies all in a row.
Secret project. Must be a little punchy today.
You're always here. Let me help.
Ow!
I'm making you punchy.
I love this bag.
Kissing bunnies.
You should heal kissing bunnies.
Bunnies.
You guys know about my thing about bunnies. Okay, let's bring out a bunch of bunnies. We have a bunch of bunnies.
Don't bring that one out yet.
Well, these can come out. We're missing a bunny. The bunny's behind you. Other behind you. Other side. Bunnies. Okay.
It has to come out with the bunny bag.
Oh, it's attacking me.
Zarina's Oops does not attack. Zarina's Oops
Okay,
play.
bunnies up there.
Zarina's Oops is just looking for the pot full of greens.
So,
and carrots.
in the Kissing Bunnies bag, which is a plover bird.
Plover bird? Where she sings and dance.
Plover bunny.
Plover bunny?
Am I Kissing Bunnies it's not even XX, it's a sweater-sized plover bird bag. And it is perfect for when I'm designing toys. And you cannot see what is inside it, because it is a surprise.
Okay.
You guys saw a little bit on Instagram, those of you who saw Instagram, and spied with your little eye.
I spy with my little eyes. In my Knitting's My Bag, no, Monet, I don't care who it is, my Monet sweater-sized bag.
Who is it actually, though?
Sarah.
Sarah.
My Monet bag from Knitting's My Bag. And this is before she made her bags just a little bit larger, but it's still a really good sized sweater bag.
I have one I'm 64 stuck in my head now.
Hopes and Dreams project from the Just Knit It pattern by Susan Ashcroft. I like Susan Ashcroft's patterns.
Is this the first one you've done at first?
Yes. But I saw another one I want to do already.
I've been looking at shawls lately just because I've been kind of on a shawl thing, which is kind of weird for me.
The only thing I don't like about this, and it's my own fault because of the yarn I'm using not Gourmet Stash Stout Sock, which is kind of like a Heidi's Roadkill.
Mm-hmm.
And I only have 2 of these, but because it's fingering weight, I'm using a size 3, and it's a pain. Not that it's a pain, it just doesn't grow very fast. But here it is. And I love the color of this.
And she is a big girl now. She's doing it all by herself.
All by myself. Long tail cast on. These are nitpicks.
And who taught you the long tail cast song? Even though I taught you multiple times, who really taught you the long
Kay
tail
did.
cast?
Kay did.
She apparently doesn't learn when I teach her stuff. She has to go to Kay, and Kay will teach her.
Well, I can watch it over again.
Mm-hmm.
Kay in a book.
And I also don't always get it when Mom doesn't get it. I'm just like, why don't you just get it?
Kay, I look at Kay, and then I go to a book, and then I might come back to Kay, or I might not have to. Between the two of them, Kay has been instrumental in getting me over humps and stuff like that for this kind of thing. So,
did you put Kay's name down?
I'm way ahead of you. But anyway, I'm enjoying this.
You might as well put down Dan as well, because I'm going to talk about Dan later.
Okay.
I always do.
The Bakery Bears. We always talk about the Bakery Bears. It's like a podcast without the Bakery Bears, the Knitting Den, and a couple other podcasts. It's just not a Pinhook the Needle podcast.
We always talk about our friends.
Yes, and that means we talk about Turbo Knitter, and we talk about,
We haven't talked about Tilly lately.
She hasn't been on lately.
Yeah, the bum.
And we just talk. I didn't say it, Tilly.
We miss you, Tilly.
We miss you. And she does have a new one out, though. I thought.
Today new?
No, it was last week.
I think I've seen that one. Is it the one where she, where the dogs were actually good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We saw Freddie taking a nap?
Yes.
Okay.
So, anyway, this is Susan Ashcroft. It's called the Just Knitted Pattern. Hopes and Dreams is what I call it. US 3s on Knit Picks, interchangeables, size 3. And I'm liking it. It's just going to take me a while to finish it because it's fingering weight with small needles.
I think the shawl must come off because I'm getting warm. I love this thing. Look at it. It is just awesome. This is the Weighted Shawl 3. I love this. Yeah. It is my happy place. It is warm. It is smushy. I love it. What?
My protector came off my needle.
It's on the other needle.
No, I know, but it owns my stitches.
Okay, so putting the Weighted Shawl over there. I actually need to block it to start. It's curling. It's doing a little twirly thing, but I'm just too lazy to block it. Okay, my first project that you can actually see. I only worked on this one a little bit. I can only work on this a little bit because for some reason it hurts my wrists. Mm-hmm. In my Ploverbird TARDIS bigger on the inside bag. See, it's bigger on the inside. It holds the universe inside. I think I might even unbutton the sweater. It gets really warm under these lights.
We have a lot of lights in here, extra lights, because it's so dark in this house.
And I'm not wearing a hat because my head is cold. I'm wearing a hat because I'm having a bad hair day. So, there we go. Okay. So, this is the Horse Blanket Shawl, which is the Gaskell pattern by Sarah Jordan. And I'm using Round Sheep Lamb's Pride worsted in the colorway Charcoal Heather, and it's a bulky yarn on US 6 needles. I'm wondering if it's because it's the sheer weight of the sweater that makes it hard on my wrists.
Could be.
That is my theory. I have a theory. Okay. If any of you guys have watched the musical episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that was the song that always gets stuck in my head when I think of the words I have a theory. Anyway, I'm not a huge Buffy fan, but I did watch, I think it was the first season, I watched every single episode before it started getting, I don't know, not quite my speed. But anyway. The shawl is growing. And also shrinking over here, which is what I wanted to do. It's going to be a lovely reading shawl when it is done. It's just getting it done. Because, look, that's going to be perfect. You're sitting there with a book. It will be itchy, but it will be...
You look like Sherlock Holmes.
I do. You see, this is how it'll... I think it's the first time I've worn it as an example. I should do this more often. So you see, it comes around the neck like that, which is awesome. And then it wraps around. It's quite long in the back, which is nice. It reaches all the way, actually it reaches all the way to the chair. And it wraps around like this, so it covers that whole part of your arm that gets chilly when you're reading. And you can see how, I just need this section that wraps around over here. That's what I'm working on. So I look forward to having this. This is going to be a lovely reading shawl. And apparently I need to wear this when I'm reading in bed, and I guess I need a pipe and a cup of tea.
No pipes in bed. No pipes in the house. There's no smoking in this house. It is a non-smoking campus.
So, this shawl has gotten a little bit of love. Just a little bit. Ooh, just a little bit. It is your turn.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay. What I'm working on right now is what I'm working on right now.
Very good.
Yes, this is my Lothlorien shawl project from the Yowza Way It Shawl number 3 pattern. I am in the middle of the row. Actually, I'm at the beginning of a row.
Can you tink back?
No, I do not wish to tink back.
Yours should show it. It says it is.
Okay.
You're showing the wrong side.
I don't
care.
Hang on. That's the way I'm working it. It is the wrong side.
There is no wrong side.
This is garter stitch. There is no wrong side. But it is growing. I have not switched to my needles yet. Sue had sent me some Chai-Gu needles with a larger cord. I'm not sure if these were the ones she sent me or something else. But anyway, I haven't switched to my my larger cable just yet. And I really like this pattern. It's a lot of fun. You don't really have to think too much. You just kind of watch where you're going on the stitch where you have to do your increases. That's on the row. And the colorway is the Pangea, P-A-N-G-A-E colorway. It is her Yowza shawl. Her Yowza, what a skein.
Pangea?
It's hard to...
Pangea?
It's P-A-N-G-A-E-A. I think it's Pangea because before an A it's a hard G. So, and I really like this. I'm using US 8s, 5 mils, and Chai-Gu red for the fixed circulars. And I'm enjoying it immensely. I can't wait till I finish this and start another one. Probably the one that Ty is doing right now.
Yeah. Talk about a spoiler. Or as Davina would say, like, talk about a spoiler. Like
doing right now means that right now what you're working on, not necessarily what you're knitting this instant. So the spoiler actually is yours.
Davina will say that she's trying not to be a spoiler alert. Now she just says it because I think she likes saying it that way because she knows the difference.
Yeah, she knows the difference now. It's pretty funny.
Okay, so in the Cloverbird turtle bag, and I've had this bag for a while. This is her medium size.
We've had all our bags for a while. She's been closed for about, what, 2 years?
Has it been that long?
About a year, 2 years?
Wow.
It's been a while, yeah.
Is Sprinkles, which is my 7th pattern by Kelly Brooker. I'm using Baby Bee Sweet Delight prints in the colorway Sprinkles. Thank you everyone who's mentioned different kinds of needles that are signature-like. I need to go and put some of them on my Amazon wish list.
Yeah.
Because you can, if people don't know, you can actually take things from other sites and still put them on your Amazon wish list. Which is awesome.
Called like a wish it button or
something like that.
Yeah, I need to do that as well because I'd like to maybe try those as well. And having the colors to signify the size
which is
nice.
Perfect, especially for DPNs.
Yeah.
Because I have basically rubbed the numbers off of these. That's not a problem with Chai-Gu's. My Chai-Gu's have it like engraved in there or something. But it is a problem with these. So, I love the way this is
that
working
is so
out.
Pretty.
I wasn't sure I was going to like it before, once it started working up, but now I am very much in love with it.
And that's a DK weight, right?
This is a DK weight. This is my go-to baby hat pattern and my go-to baby hat yarn. And just look at that. That's just going to be such a fun baby hat for somebody.
It is. It's going to be so adorable.
I'm not sure they'll put that on a boy, though. That might be a girl's hat.
Might be a little too... But I think they have other multiple colors like that that are slightly deeper. That might go for a little boy better. But some
the past couple I've made for boys, it's about time I have one that is for a girl.
And the blue's going to come up again. It might be fine.
Yeah. But it's just fun to work. It was really busy at work, so what's been happening is I've had a chance to knit a little bit at work, just because it had been fairly steady, but I'd get enough time to like take a break and knit. This past week was not that, was quite busy actually. So I did not really have any chance to knit, which is why I did not finish my baby hat on Friday, like I've been doing. Basically, I had been starting it on Friday and finishing it on Friday for the past 2 weeks prior to this one. But this week just did not occur that way.
All
But
right,
that's okay. I am enjoying this regardless.
I do not have a baby hat finished, or
Well, I don't have a baby hat finished either.
I for the first time in what, a month, 2 months, do not have a baby hat finished because
I don't think you had one finished last week.
I did have one finished last week.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
I think I had. Maybe I didn't have one. I thought I had one finished last week. I don't remember. But in any event, I haven't had them finished because
Hand
issues, which is easing up. Thank you for. Let me just do my front and back real quick. Thank you for your well wishes for that. Let me just get this done before I forget here. I like this method of increasing as opposed to yarn overs, even though I know yarn overs have a reason.
purpose.
Yes, they have a purpose. Okay, let me just get that so I know where I'm at. Okay, my next one is the Cotton Candy Baby Hat pattern. Where's my... Oh, there it is. The Cotton Candy Baby Hat pattern from the Fringe It Fun pattern by our own 10 Hours or Less Ghost, our very own George. And
I didn't know you worked on this one this week.
I did a little bit, not a whole lot. It doesn't look like there's much progress to it. In my medium-sized Ploverbird owl bag from Davina, as you know if you watch us for any length of time. She gave it to me for Christmas last year, and I love it. I only did maybe a row and a half or two on this. I'm on size 11 fixed circulars. So you can say just made a little progress, not a whole lot. But I like the pattern, and this may be a go-to when I start doing baby hats again if I want to do knitted ones.
Mm-hmm.
The yarn is Cascade Yarn Specific Chunky, and I like the way it works. It doesn't split like some of the others sometimes do, and so I'm really enjoying working with it. It's very soft. In fact, I might pick up enough of this to make, not this color, but to make a shawl or something, because it's very warm and it's very soft. See how soft this is?
It is soft.
I mean, it's not as soft as your sweater, but not much is. I mean, it's not alpaca. It's, yeah.
Well, my sweater's not alpaca either. It's acrylic and nylon, which is crazy.
This is, I don't know what this is. I don't know what my ball band for this. Stop it. Before
Okay.
I hurt you. This is Miss Babs. I don't have anything to do with it.
I know most people think of that song, they think of the, I can't remember her name. You guys all know who it is, and
What
you're yelling
are you
at me.
talking
There's
about?
a song that was fairly popular, and I'm sure it's called Call Me Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know who did that.
I can't remember the artist's name. I don't think of that song. There's a version, I might have to include it in the show notes. It's a parody version called Batman Maybe, and I actually love that version so much better. I heard that version before I heard the original song.
Of course you did.
I think one of my either an ex-boyfriend or a friend shared it with me because I am a notorious geek. But anyway, going to something that actually has something to do with the podcast. Yes, I love this project. I love all my projects right now, although not all of them are getting appropriate love. In my silver shed, this is the 1X large, right?
I think so.
Because I don't think I have any of the larges.
I think that is, yeah.
In my silver shed X large 1X large bag is Bullfinch, which is my sock knitted shawl by our lovely Kay. And if you're not familiar with Kay, that's Briny Bears of the Bakery Bears podcast. Mm-hmm. And I'm using Weck
It well?
West Yorkshire Spinners 4-ply in the colorway Bullfinch.
And this is all their fault.
Yes, it is. So this is a British designer using a British yarn. Well, the British designer's not using the British yarn. I'm using the British yarn. And the pattern's by a British
But we
designer.
are considered British according to the Scots.
Like 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm. We're down on the census for all eternity.
So
Honorary Brits?
Honorary Brits. I'm drinking British style, a British tea in British style. You see, I'm knitting with West Yorkshire spinners and drinking my Yorkshire tea. So, I need a sip of my tea. Something's congealed on the bottom. It's probably some of my sugars.
Sugar, yeah. It's
Sorry.
not really sugar, it's sweet and low.
Yes. Sorry about the noise.
No, she's not.
No, I'm not. Started this for the Brit Along. Actually, I started this because I wanted to, but it happened to run at the same time as the Brit Along. It's not finished in time for the Brit Along.
No. I forgot about that. I think Kay
I think it's our... Yeah, she extended...
She extended it to the 30th of September, I thought.
Oh, I can't remember what she extended it to.
I don't remember.
Regardless, it's not being finished in time for it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not rushing this awesome experience.
All of our shawls that we're doing work in with their alongs.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yes,
we're not going to make any of them. Well, Talia made one of them.
I made one of them with my shawl of awesomeness.
Yes. I would have made one, maybe.
Look at that.
That's gorgeous. What number of repeats are you on? 2? 3?
Oh heavens, I don't remember. I'd have to take a look at my notes.
Yeah. Looks very nice.
I love the way this works up. Very much my colors.
I'm gonna have to pick up the blue tit. And,
yeah, eventually I want to pick up blue tit as well.
Where Dan goes blue bong.
I also might pick up the pheasant at some point.
I want to pick up.
I think I'm gonna pick up all of them eventually.
I like the wood pigeon. That looks pretty.
The owl's pretty.
The owl's pretty. I like them all. Yeah, I do like them all.
So. This one's nice and mindless. Love it.
I can't wait because Kay is also working on a new pattern design.
Yes.
And I'm really excited. Kay, is that garter stitch?
It looked like garter stitch.
It might be garter stitch. That makes me happy. Hopefully it won't be too difficult because I'm liking your patterns. So I guess I will move along with them. Maybe I should do that one before I do the Messalina. Hopefully she'll have a tutorial on short rows. Yes, Kay, short rows.
Believe it or not, I'm actually enjoying this shawl more than I did the Messalina even. The
that one? Or the way...
the
sock one. I love the sock one. And I just like the way Kay writes her patterns because I love doing the handbrake. Any mistakes that are in there are my fault, not hers. Just an amazing pattern and very forgiving of mistakes. Okay, let me see. Let me put this back on.
We were not paid to...
we were not getting paid
to advertise for the Bakery Bears.
No, not in the least. You need more money, Dan. More money. More.
Just slide it there under the table.
Under the table. Okay.
Cross the pond under the table.
Under the table. By the force. Okay. My next project is the Ashley baby hat from the Ribbed Newborn Hat by Michelle Gaylor, and I'm really happy to see so many of these popping up. Tiffany's making one of these. Penguin Free 88 is making one of these, and I'm really
I know
happy.
her original one was yellow, but I think she had to pull that out because she didn't have enough yarn.
She didn't have enough yarn, but she's doing really well on it. I haven't done a whole lot because for some reason crochet bothers my hand more than knitting, and I have something I have to do that's crocheted at the moment, so I'm not doing as much of the other stuff.
And you will not be let in on the what have to is.
No. I did a couple rows of this, and this is the same brand of yarn that Ty is using for hers. It's Yarn Bee, only this is worsted weight, and I really like the way it's
There's too many flex in that for me.
You say that every time you say
I know.
this.
You know that I would be sitting there picking it out.
But this is going to be so cute as a little hat. I mean, it's going to be adorable. I love the way it's turning out, and actually it'd be pretty as a sweater too. But if I had this as a sweater, it would bug me because it itches. In terms of, I don't think it'd be bad on a baby's head necessarily, but itch is not the right word. Stop it, you ghoul, you vampire.
Thanks.
Anyway, so this is
You must be
I'm
well
about
hydrated today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm about a third of the way through this hat. I don't know if I'll have it finished next week. I'd like to have it finished next week. It depends on how my hand acts. But and it's in my Clover Bird medium. This is medium too, right? Medium size hedgehog's bag, which I absolutely love. It's funny because I guess green is one of my favorite colors after all. When I picked it up, it wasn't even on the radar as one of my favorite colors. I just like the pattern, the fabric of all the little creatures.
Well, owls have become a definite thing. Everyone knows Mom likes owls.
Owls, and there's hedgehogs in here too. So I like owls. Yes, I like owls.
So the tea, it's all gone.
Mine's gone too. Mine was gone first.
Why
though.
is the tea
First
gone?
You drank it. You
Why?
drank mine too.
I drank yours too.
See what she did?
It's all gone.
It's ew. It's dark. Anyway, it's your turn.
Okay, so I did bad, and I started 2 new projects without finishing anything. I fell down. Oh, actually, that's what part of why the bunnies are here. You're gonna sit here.
And I'm teaching him how to knit. Kind of dangerous since I don't know how to knit very well myself.
It's okay, he won't know the difference.
Won't know the difference. Won't know the
So I went ahead and started yet another. This will be, I counted up, I think this is my 6th Oops the Bunny. 5th or 6th Oops the Bunny that I've done.
She is Talia Fernandez and she has a problem.
I have a bunny problem. They're multiplying like bunnies.
Like rabbits, yes.
I'm calling this Quicksand because I am using Undead Yarn's new base, which is her new worsted base, which no one else managed to get any of because I took both of the.
Yeah, she didn't wait for me to see it. I saw it and it was already gone because she took it.
I took both yarns that she had in that base, so no one else has that base because I have them both. I don't think the base even has a name yet because I tried tagging it.
Yeah, I wanted to see what it was because she had like a little suggestion thing, but I think she's been too busy dying to make up her mind.
Yeah. But the colorway is Quicksand, and I'll tell you what, I love this colorway.
It's really pretty.
And to refresh the memory of those who might not have seen it before it got eaten up by me, here's one.
Gorgeous.
This one's more blue. I didn't want as much blue around the face, though, so I started the other one first. Regardless, both are gorgeous. And I am well into... Where's the other body part?
Body part. Ugh, your bunny is shuddering.
Bunny body parts. Oh, there it is. I'm going to show first the part that does not really tell you much of anything. Little upper body starting. And you can sort of see how that works up. It's a very gorgeous color. I am keeping this bunny.
I want to put that color in a shawl.
This bunny is mine. Okay, this is weird. Talk about weirdness of gauge. Same crocheter, only slightly different hook size. This is I'm wondering if this is actually closer to DK.
Maybe a light worsted.
This is marked as a worsted yarn. I am using a G 4.0 millimeter hook. For this bunny, I'll let you finish showing him this one.
Go ahead.
I want you to finish your stitch.
I did. Go ahead.
For this bunny, I used a 4.25 millimeter G hook and worsted weight yarn. Maybe this is closer to Erin, but still. This is worsted on a 4.9 millimeter. That is about the same size as my DK dyed by Heidi. It might actually be a little smaller. So I'm really not sure what's happening. Same crocheter, not that much of a difference in hook sizes and yarn sizes. This one was crocheted with her DK weights, werewolf base, autism awareness colorway, and I used an E-hook.
Did you take my pen?
No.
My pen.
So I'm not really quite sure what has happened here. What has transpired?
Maybe the other yarn was a little closer to an Erin weight.
Maybe. But then what's with the DK? I'm really wondering if this is a DK weight.
No, I'm saying that if the other yarn that you use for your other...
Yeah, but it still shouldn't be that huge of a difference.
I don't know.
So I'm not sure if my gauge is tightened up. Because I am apparently quite a tight crocheter. I love this green in the eyes with that yarn. Or the green blue of his eyes. He is just such a cutie. And look at that yarn. Look at the quicksand colorway. I am in love with this colorway. I am likely to steal this colorway whenever it becomes available and make sure no one else can buy it.
Oh, you might not have to. I'm going to have Heidi save some for me.
Because it is my colorway. I love it muchly. I want to make 20 million different kinds of toys out of this. Because it is made of awesome. And I want to make a shawl out of it. I want to make everything out of this colorway. Because I'm extreme that way.
Here, Ty, look at this and see if I got the last 5 stitches should be 2 front and backs and a single.
Okay, well, let me throw the bunny head in the bag.
Okay, my next project is a secret
What am I
project.
checking for again?
These last 5 stitches from here.
Uh-huh.
It should be 2 that are knit front and back and 1 that's not.
Okay, well, let me
The last one is not, so
fix this.
the last 5 stitches. And you know what the pattern is, so it's just...
Yeah. Let me...
Because you kind of got under me, like, the last 5 stitches. Okay, my next project I can't show you. In fact, it outgrew my bag, so you're seeing an empty Knitting's My Bag.
You're fine.
Okay, thank you. An empty Knitting's My Bag sweater size puzzle pieces design that she made for us, not our last Autism Wars, but the one before. And I took it out because the yarn would have sat in it, but the project wouldn't, and it would have been awkward because the project's too big for it. So that's all I can say about that.
Which catches me in the middle of a row.
Okay.
But actually, it's not such a terrible travesty. I went ahead and... Well, here's what it is. I found myself missing...
Here's the thing.
Yeah, I found myself missing my way at Shaw. Like, with a really terrible longing. I missed working it. As much as I love having the finished object, I really miss working my way at Shaw. So I went ahead and started the Yowza Way at Shaw 2 by Susan B. Anderson. And I happen to have some Miss Babs that I bought actually for a sweater. I'm glad I didn't end up using it for a sweater. But, and...
I'm not sure how that would have worked out.
Yeah, exactly. And it's Miss Babs Yowza What a Skein and the colorway Wanna Go Crazy. I'm calling this Autumnal Fire. And this is from Stash. I got it from Craftsy. So... Initially, I wasn't sure that I liked the way it was working up, but now I do.
I think it's gorgeous. And I can't wait to do that when I'm done with this one.
So, this is quite lovely so far. It's reds and oranges and yellows and deep browns. Very much my colors. And very much autumn colors. So.
I think it's pretty. She said, oh, I don't know if I like it. I said, good, I'll take it. I like it.
But it's actually, I just needed to work a little farther in it. Because I'm not a huge fan of very variegated.
No, I'm not either. I prefer tonals and semi-solids and poolings and things like that. I know Kay shudders every time we say pooling because she doesn't like pooling, but I actually like it.
Yeah, I do too.
All right. Okay, my next project, I don't know why I started this when I knew this was going to happen. Just give me a second here. At least it's a knit row. Okay. And I'm not giving away anything because there are a lot of knit rows. In my Ploverbird teapot bag, and this is another medium one. I don't know if I bought this one or Talia bought it for me, but anyway. This is my Brittlong. It's my British yarn. It's West Yorkshire Spinners Mallard colorway 4-ply. And it's the Sock Knitter's Shawl by K.F. Jones. And I've done a little bit of work. I'm almost finished with the first 10 rows that she has us do, so I can start over in the next one. I'm in the garter part right now. A little bit there.
That's why I don't have any tea.
Thankfully, this is on size 5s and not on size 3s. And it's still curling a bit because I'm not very far along. But I'm enjoying this immensely, and this is Kay's doing. Because she writes a fantastic pattern. This is the front. She writes a fantastic pattern. The yarn is wonderful. And I'm just enjoying myself immensely. And I can't wait for her to get finished with her other pattern. So these are Knit Pig size 5 interchangeables. And I already gave you all the other particulars. And I'm enjoying this very, very much. And looking forward to finishing it so I can do something else. with this pattern.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to do this in a bigger yarn. I need to ask Kay what would happen if I did it in DK, because maybe I'd pick up a West Yorkshire Spinners or even another yarn that's nice and stripy that I can do for it in DK. If you know how it would affect the pattern. I don't know if it would just make it bigger or if I'd have to do more casts on or what.
Mm-hmm. So, I have one final one to show. Actually, I need to take this shawl off to show this. Hold on, I'm gonna put the.
Why do you need to take the shawl off to show?
Because hi, bunny. Get up there. Stay. Good bunny.
You said stay, so I stayed.
So, this is my fisherman's cardigan, which is the Sarah pattern by Jennifer Hagen. It is in the Creepy Llamas bag,
Creepy Llamas,
which is a large plover bird, and I am working this Baroque Comfort Chunky in the barley colorway. I thought it was pure wool, and then I looked at the ball band, and it's 50% acrylic and 50% nylon. It does not feel like acrylic and nylon. It is very soft. Nice thing is it's machine washable and dryable, which is great because I have a feeling I'll be wearing this a lot.
I don't know if I would put it in the dryer though.
Well, it says gentle.
Yeah. Because it might start pilling.
True.
And you don't want it to pill on those cables.
No, I don't. Although my wool one pills. And it's never been put in the dryer. Let's see. So, guys, Allison. Hold on. There is some sticking involved. Hold on. Oh, that's why. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. There is much sticking involved.
But do you really need to put it all the way on?
Yes, I do. It's going to take 5 seconds.
1, 2, Mississippi.
See, it didn't even take 5.
Well, I had to figure out how to count seconds.
So, first sleeve.
Yay.
All done.
Yay.
Why is it stuck? There we go. So there's a lot of strands.
Got no strings to hold on.
I hear the one from Avengers. I've got no strings. If you watch the Avengers.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Geek time.
There we go. It is a very nice size. If I decide I need to, I can always pick out the edge and lengthen the sleeve, but I think that'll be okay. Because I actually lengthened the sleeve from what it was because of my long arms. So look at the progress in the second sleeve.
Yay!
Which means when this sleeve is done, I do the shawl collar and then add the zipper. Will I finish it before retreat?
Maybe October.
I doubt I'll finish before retreat. I'm hoping to finish it in time for Boston.
And it probably won't be warm enough, cool enough to wear it in September anyway.
Yeah.
So, you don't have to rush it.
But I love this. I'm very happy to have one sleeve done. I finished it actually, I think, the day we last podcast. I just finished it after the podcast. And I mean, this is quite a bit of progress. I'm already at the elbow for this one.
Rows of L's?
I got a lot of work done on it when we were watching Dragonheart. And anyone else notice?
Oh yes.
That
Dennis
Quaid's voice during that is just a naturally gravelly.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't normally have that gravelly a voice. And I like Dennis Quaid.
We like Dennis Quaid. So he was really good in Baby Blue, Undercover Blues.
Oh, I love Undercover Blues.
Yeah.
Actually, it's probably my favorite part of his.
Yeah. He was in
although
G.I. Joe.
I love Frequency.
Yes. And he was in G.I. Joe, the first one, as well. I like Dennis Quaid. He was in Inner Space.
I never saw inner space.
Oh, he was a rat. Well, he wasn't a rat. He was a scoundrel of inner space.
But
one of those hotshot pilots who thinks they're all that.
This is my happy place, and
This is my happy place.
I look forward to having this to wear. And I do not look forward to weaving at all these ends.
Okay.
That is all my projects.
I don't have any projects now.
Okay, so.
No FOs for me.
No FOs for me.
We are
royalties.
We are FOless because everybody likes us. So we are FOless. Yes, I did that. I went there.
Royalties.
Are we doing royalties?
Yes, it's royalties.
Okay.
We'll do the one last.
Yeah.
But
that's something different anyway.
I picked up 3 things this week. We went to
the
the bookstore. And we got a lot of knitting time in.
Mm-hmm. Well, you did. I didn't do a whole lot.
Well, I actually did more crocheting.
I guess I did. I guess I did do.
You
knit.
Knit. I crocheted,
which was really strange.
It was really strange. But they had like 4 or 5 different Alison Weir books. Mm-hmm. I did not pick up Lady in the Tower because at this point, well, I don't particularly like Anne Boleyn, and I didn't feel like at that point reading a whole book on Anne Boleyn. I might change my mind later.
What was it she said in Strawberry Blonde? You can have the money. I don't want to spend too much on this giggler anyway. It made me think of that because I don't really like her anyway. I don't want to spend this money on her anyway.
So I picked up, and all these are on my Goodreads wish list.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth of York, a Tudor queen in her world, and Elizabeth of York is the mother of Henry VIII. So I picked up that. I picked up. This is one that Dan particularly suggested. Mistress of the Monarchy, The Life of Catherine Swynford, Duchess of Lancaster. Oh, and they didn't have Lady Elizabeth there. I would have picked up Lady Elizabeth if it was there. And this is the one I think I'm going to read next. The Princes in the Tower.
Princess or princess?
Princes. And this is Richard III, who had Richard III, who put I think it was his 2 nephews. These kids had a better claim to the throne than he did, so he put them in the tower. And there's mystery around their death. They were most likely murdered. And one of her sources for this, if you peek at the beginning, is a history of this period by Thomas More.
Cool.
So she uses. I like reading her bibliography because she does use good sources. Oh, hey, look, she actually has questions and topics for discussion, so you can use this in a classroom.
I like that. You know who does that on a fantasy level is Terry Brooks, I think it is, or was it Eddings? One of the 2 of them does topics for discussion.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I always found that kind of interesting.
So she has 2 pages devoted to topics of discussion. 1.5. So I really look forward to starting this one. This one's one of her shorter ones, so I should probably tear through this one. I need to finish The Children of Henry VIII before I can read this one. And I have like 2 or 3 other of Alison Weir books as well that I had picked up previously. But yes, my stash enhancements, all Alison Weir. This one's quite thick.
Looks like it. It's actually warm in here. I'll get some water. A little bit of water.
Okay. Do you have any stash enhancements?
Excuse me. Yes, I do. Just in the middle of a row here. Let's see. Okay.
She's improving. She does not feel so bad about stopping in the middle of a row. This is a big deal for her. And I'm not mocking either. This is a big deal for her.
At the bookstore, I actually...
Noisy noise.
Yes, I apologize, kind of. I actually was very good, and I only picked up 1 book at the bookstore, this magazine. And you're going to see why I'm doing this. I'm trying to, as much as possible, limit myself to Ravelry and other online sources for patterns and things, because I'm finding that unless I absolutely can't get the pattern, unless I get the magazine, or I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it, I'm not going to pick up the magazine. I have a crochet, the one that's put out by the Crochet Guild. I have that one that I still have some time on, but I'm not going to pick up just various magazines because they pile up and I don't use them. And then I look at the pattern, like, oh, I thought that was nice, and I'm not going to do it. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try and, stay away from that. But having said that, I did pick up one. It's the Love of Crochet, and it's the newest one, and it's
Show the hedgehog.
Yeah, it's just getting into the fall. So I'm really happy about that. Before I get into the hedgehog, I want to.
Dragon.
Yes, it's a dragon. There be dragons. I forget who it was who wrote me. I think it was either Packing Knits or Pattern Whisperer. I forget.
Don't you have some Edward's Menagerie book?
I have Edward's Menagerie, the animals, and she said, "Oh, I know you like this kind of stuff. His book is out." And I do want to say that I got your message. I haven't had a chance to answer it.
I am monopolizing her time for toys.
And this book is on my Christmas list. Mm-hmm. So I thank you for calling it to my attention. You know who you are. I apologize I haven't had a chance to get back to you. But there are, I don't like a whole lot of the patterns in here. I like this shawl because it's plain and I can see me using.
You're like, I picked this thing up, but I really hate everything in here.
Well, I'm kind of picky about it. Like, I like
that
this
one's
one.
Nice.
This one's nice, but it's in pieces. So I haven't quite decided if I'm going to do that one yet. I might try to put it together, either knitted or crocheted from one end to the other instead of doing it in pieces, which will be an adventure for me. But if I do a crochet, I'm not going to have a problem ripping it out. And if I do it knitted, I'll learn how to rip it out, right?
Yeah. Well, that was kind of nice.
I like this, called the Camilla Shawl. The Love of Crochet, I do find things. This is a nice little, it's a little light lacy sweater. I don't usually like open work sweaters, but in the fall, when it can be warm or cool, it's sometimes all I need. Oh, there's a hedgehog. Isn't that cute?
It is so cute.
Talia needs to do a hedgehog.
I do. It's on my list.
Little bit.
Although it's not, it hasn't officially made it to the list.
And I want
capital T, capital L.
I want a bear. This one I
need to put a bear on the list.
Yes, you do. This is really pretty. I don't want to show you the pattern itself, but this looks like a really pretty cowl. It has like lace work on one end, and it looks like, stop that. It might be triple crochets. Stop it.
Bane.
Bane you. Bane. There's some really pretty things in here. Not all of them that I will do, but enough that it was worth buying the book. Yes, Heidi, it came. I did send you a PM that I got this. And I'm wondering, I have to ask her, this is one of her roadkill. I'm wondering if this is, which colorway this was. I almost thought it was Quicksand, a roadkill, but I don't think so, looking at it more closely. But whatever it is really pretty. And I wish she had another one because I'd like to have more to work with. This is her, at least this is her werewolf base, so there's 400 yards. So
you can make a bunny.
I can make a bunny, or I can make a shawl, knitted one.
Yes.
So I like this. Kay, I think your shawl, the solid body part, or the body part of it, is 400 yards, and then the rest of it is, I have to check. I like this colorway. It's really pretty. So that's that. And then, I thought I had something else. Besides the big
I don't know.
Well, if I figure it out, I'll show it to you next week.
Okay, so design news. You already know that I have things in design processes. All proceeds from my patterns will be going to the American Heart Association if the patterns are bought at any point during the cardiac ride along. So from July through September. I just heard back, I think it was on Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, from Knit Picks. They surprised me. It took them, I thought they'd forgotten about me. They have accepted both patterns submitted to their independent designer partnership program.
Which both patterns?
Like the platypus, and then one you have not seen yet because it's not
available
yet.
You need to put Timmy in.
I need to put Timmy in because it uses all knit picks as well. So I am super excited. They have to answer a question for me, and hope to get the ball rolling and get it actually. It's been accepted.
Yay.
Now getting things rolling, actually getting
proud mommy face.
So I'm happy that I've been walking on air about that. I also put in to get my patterns on Patternfish, just to get my patterns out there a little bit more. I've been listening a lot to Creative Yarn Entrepreneur. Heidi, thank you for mentioning that to me. That podcast is awesome. I'm learning a lot about business through that, because I am really super serious about this toy business. This is not a hobby anymore. I'm not sure if I ever really thought of it as a hobby. So basically I try to put a full day's worth of work, or close to full day's worth of work, in for it when I'm off. In the idea of getting things more out there for my patterns, I have finally started up a website just for Franciscan Gypsy Designs. For the longest time it was sharing with Pen and Hook and Needles, but since I am serious about the business now, it really needs to have its own website. So it's franciscangypsydesigns.wordpress.com, and whenever I have a day off, I'll be doing a blog post about something, just something crochet, something related to design or crochet or something crafty-ish, just to keep Franciscan Gypsy Designs name out there. The patterns will be available to be bought through the website. It'll just reroute you through to Ravelry, so I don't have to worry about the VAT, tax, blah, blah, blah. I really like the way that it looks. I'm very happy with the setup, and I hope you'll go and check it out, and I'm very excited about that. I need to put that in the grateful thread, because I am grateful for everything with this whole... I didn't want to seem like I was using the grateful thread to toot my own horn, though, so that's why I didn't put it in there. But there's a lot to be grateful for.
Yeah, that's a good thread, too.
And that was a suggestion from Bonnie, Studio Von Designs. Very good idea, Bonnie. Is one of our 10 million stickies, but our stickies are all very important and very awesome.
That's why you all have to open up the whole thing, because I think I have something I'm going to be putting on there. It's going to be temporary until it's done, and that's going to be sticky noted as well. So we're going to have probably all these stickies. So the episode is going to fall.
Yeah.
We might have to sticky the episode, the current episode. I don't know.
Probably not.
But yeah.
So we should probably do autobiography before we do this next thing.
Okay. Autobiography. What do you have?
Well, we already talked about the moderators, but so we're very happy with our moderators.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay.
I worked a bit on the shared story because
I finished.
Yes.
I did almost 4,000 words to finish that story.
Yes, you did.
I was happy about that.
And the 4,000, is it 40,000? How often? How many is for NaNoWriMo? Is it 40,000? 50. Okay. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've done NaNoWriMo. Yeah. And for those who are not familiar with NaNoWriMo, that's National Novel Writers Month? Yeah.
NaNoWriMo. National Novel Writers Month. I think that's what it is.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's November.
I didn't do it last year.
But that's a lot of stress for getting, to get 40,000, 50,000 words. You had to write a lot. You had to write every day. And I simply don't have the time for that anymore.
In November, we need to put a video of that
the song, yeah. I did it 1 year, and I did complete it.
Yeah. I've done it 3 years.
And actually, I have a NaNoWriMo shirt that says I completed
we both do.
NaNoWriMo. I think it was 2000. It was before
12,
the podcast.
12.
It would have been 11.
11. We did.
Because I did it before the podcast.
I completed it twice. The first time, I didn't get a shirt for myself. Ty got me this shirt the second time.
Because I remember I was at work in Winchester, and every time I got a chance, I would jot down a few words, even at work.
Yeah. It's very addicting.
Well, and because that's the only way you're able to get your word count in. But anyway, listening a lot to Creative Yarn Entrepreneur podcast. I've been reading children of Henry VIII. I'm a little over halfway through. I am enjoying this. I don't like it quite as much as I did The Wives of Henry VIII. Bubbles.
Bubbles.
But this is still very good. I love my bookmark. I thought I lost my bookmark at one point, and I was very upset.
Yeah,
but
it was made for us.
Yes,
You
but
have one.
I found it in my bed.
Yes.
Because what happened was I fell asleep reading, which does sometimes happen. The Edward is dead at this point. Mary has just been declared queen by popular demand. And yeah, so I'm in the early stages of Mary's queenship. It is a good book. It isn't quite the page turner that The Wives of Henry VIII is, while still being very good. And I love seeing different people showing their shelves with all their Alison Weir books.
I just picked up the one Stitches Between the Pages, or whatever her name is.
Stitching Between the Pages.
Yeah.
She got accepted in the PhD program.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, for her to study medieval history.
Oh, good for her.
So she's moving to Chicago, and that's following her dream.
Good for her.
So that's very exciting.
She had a job at Smithsonian, didn't she?
No, she had a job at Mount Vernon.
Okay.
One of the American historic houses in the area. But she's going after what her particular area of history is, and she hopes to be studying medieval history and working medieval history the rest of her life.
Oh, good for her.
So that's super excited. Great news, Robin.
Good job, Robin.
If you could write Robin's name down.
Well, we have 10 million Robins. What's her name?
Her name is Half Past 92, I believe. Half Past. It's a horse term. She's a big.
Oh, that's right. Half Past.
She's a big horse person.
Half Past 92, Robin.
And that just made it sound like I said she's a big person, but she's not a big person.
Congratulations. That's
Very
wonderful.
awesome, Robin.
That's wonderful. Okay.
But yes. I highly suggest Alison Weir for history books.
I left my notes on my...
We still have the mugs in the Etsy shop.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the Etsy shop...
no, not yet.
Not yet? Okay. We are not speaking of the Etsy shop. No, not that part of the Etsy shop. The Etsy shop...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, she now knows what I'm talking about.
Except I haven't done any of my autobiography yet.
Well, you'll go into your autobiography then.
Why does the Etsy shop come before my autobiography?
Okay. Before the Etsy shop.
It's the Talia and Talia show.
Because I am the important one. Ow! She hit me in the face.
I did not, in fact. I hit your glasses.
It hit my face.
No. Your nose stuck out.
Noses tend to do that. Before we go into Mom's autobiography, though, Mary, thank you for passing on that horrible, evil, addictive game. I only played it one day because I don't have time to play it.
And speaking of games, Maureen, I was watching her most recent one, and she was talking about the game, one of the first games she got for her husband on the Atari. It was Space Invaders. I left a message because the first game I bought my husband in 1983 was, we were engaged, and I was at school. I got it for Christmas. And it was one of those handheld Space Invaders games. We still have it downstairs. It still works.
Is that the yellow one?
Yeah. It goes beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, I remember that game as a kid.
I love it.
It's yellow. It's about yay big, and it's got the little controllers down here.
Yeah. It's like over 30 years old, and it still works, so it's kind of cool. But it reminded me, so that made me laugh. It was like a little trip down memory lane. So yes, Maureen, you are not the only geek in the podcast group here.
But the game that Mary got me hooked on, it's called Septris.
Mm-hmm.
You guys all know Tetris. Well, I didn't. In college, they all mocked me because I did not know what Tetris was. And then they tell me what Tetris was, and I forget it like 10 minutes later.
Well, it doesn't make any
sense. And every
sense.
time they talk about Tetris, I'd be like, what's Tetris? They had to explain it to me all over again. They thought I was the only person in the entire universe who didn't know what Tetris was. Until my friend Eliz married her husband James and found out that he didn't know what Tetris was either.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that he, on the computer, I don't think he's familiar with.
Yeah, he's not very computer literate.
Yeah.
But we sat and had a long discussion about
English
history.
He's very intelligent. Very.
So, and she didn't really know what we were talking about. She just kept prompting him and let him have his fun talking with someone else who was interested in English history. But anyway, Scepters, the idea is you get a total of 8 patients, but you only have 2 at a time. And it's where they are in the game. Like, you have a screen, and where they are height-wise in the screen determines how sick they are. The lower they are, the closer to death they are. The higher they are, the closer they are to healing. And they will change their positions based on your treatments. And all these people have some form of sepsis. They're either sepsis, septic shock, or...
You better explain what sepsis is. Not everybody knows.
I'll do that in a second. Sepsis, septic shock, or... crap, I can't remember the other one. But sepsis is basically an infection that goes really awry. It's really bad. You're super sick with it. It could sometimes it'll go into the blood. Basically, it's a system-wide effect, but you have a source. Like, you could have urosepsis, which is a super bad infection caused initially by a urinary tract infection. You'll see this a lot of times with people who have indwelling catheters.
Kaya,
What?
we're not talking about sepsis. This is a knitting podcast. This is not...
You asked me to explain what sepsis was.
It's poisoning of the body somehow. Just give us the general 2 words.
I explain it.
No,
She gets mad for me
no.
explaining like she asks me to explain.
You are over-explaining. We are on a time limit today. That's why we didn't do cardiac stuff.
Anyway, this game, it has real therapies. You are actually timed to a certain extent. Not like they'll say, like, oh, you have 10 minutes to decide this. But it's more like if you take too long, your patient's health will go down and they might die on you. You do have the ability to pause the game if you're really freaked out to sit there and think, but you can't see you can't flip through your options if you do that. What's funny is when things don't start working right away, you start just throwing random treatments. You're like, oh my gosh, maybe this will work, and then the game will be like, that was stupid. Lose 100 points. But if you do something that makes sense, it'll gain 100 points. And it'll get a little angry doctor face. That was wrong. I think this is actually...
It reminds me of that.
This game is, I think it's put out by an education company. It looks like they send your results to your medical school if you are a medical student. It is very good. It teaches you to think things through and to think things through quickly. It also teaches you to prioritize. Well, if a patient's lower down on this thing, you're going to do what you can to get them higher, and then you'll flip over to the other patient. Or while you have testing running on this patient who's a little more stable, you flip over to the less stable patient. And basically, you always have 2 at a time that you're working on, which is very realistic for an ICU. And toward the end, you'll run through 8 patients. So it's a very good game. I passed it on to one of my coworkers who was on vacation, and she was upset that she couldn't access it on her phone. So thank you, Mary. I've only played it all the way through once, and the one time I did play it all the way through, all my patients survived.
Yay.
So,
okay. Can I go to my...
Yes.
Okay. Back to mundane, boring stuff. I did finish the Hunger Games series, okay, and I started a new book, and I got my bag out for a reason. I was going to check my notes, because the book I started was not the book I originally started to replace it.
Your Kindle in there?
No, my Kindle's right there.
Okay.
I have on my notes here. The original book I was going to start with was something like Sherlock Holmes talks about Count of Monte Cristo or something like that. And I started reading it, and I couldn't. It was like reading. It wasn't very well written. It kind of reminded me of a play without the attributions, and yet at other times it was like it just wasn't consistent, and it felt like fan fiction.
Bad
to me.
fan fiction.
So I couldn't read it. So what I ended up picking up was it's called Breath of an Angel by Karen. I forget what her last name is, but I've got it on my Goodreads. If you follow me on Goodreads, so I'm reading that. This is a 2-part series. I'm reading the first book, and I'm liking that so far. It's not Hunger Games, but it's good. It's very good, and it's hard for anything right now to meet up to Hunger Games when it's so fresh in my head, because I really like the characters for that. So I'm reading that, and I'm still reading Introduction to Devout Life.
Now, on my Goodreads did pop up a book that I thought Mom would be interested in reading because they compared it to Divergent and to Hunger Games. It's by Mercedes Lackey.
And I've read some of her stuff.
And it's young adult, so it should be okay. Because some of her stuff can be iffy.
You have to be careful with some of her stuff because the Dragon Riders of Pern even has.
It's not Dragon Riders of Pern. It's just it's Dragon something. Was not Dragon Riders of Pern. Dragon Riders of Pern is someone else.
Okay, well, whatever it is, I have to go look it up. I couldn't read through the whole series because it got into some stuff that I'm not comfortable with.
But I loved the first book of that particular series,
yes.
and I loved the short story it was started with.
Did she do Joust too?
Joust is the one that we're thinking of.
That's very good. No, I was talking about the other ones.
Oh, I only read Joust.
No, I've read Joust and I've read another book.
I love Joust.
She's really good, but you have to be careful because sometimes she gets in stuff that I'm not comfortable reading. But I've also started my Catholic courses that I got last year on Bilbo Baggins and the Hobbit's Journey, and it's really fascinating. I'm enjoying that, how life is a pilgrimage, and it's really. I've only done one lesson because I started on Sunday, but I really enjoyed that. As I said, I finished the shared story. Ty has that now, and I'm starting now. Next week I'll start my week as prompt mistress over at the Percolator, and I did post a picture prompt over at the Writer's Voice because I got a message from Harry saying,
"Where are you?"
It's been May, and I looked back and said, "No, it's really been March." But
thank you for being generous.
Yes. So I put something up there for him, and maybe he'll push me into writing a little more. But that's basically for autobiography.
I forgot to mention for mine that the internet went out for a bit last night, so I couldn't watch podcasts. So I stuck in my Great Courses class on the Dutch Masters, and I finished the section on Vermeer. And those of you who are art fans know Vermeer for the paintings, most likely the Lady in the Red Hat and the Girl with the Pearl Earring. Girl with the Pearl Earring is probably the one you know the best.
Right.
Both of those are lovely paintings. But he is a predecessor to our guy Rembrandt, who I'll be headed into after I finish the Still Lives. But yes, that is that. Etsy shop. We have not heard back from the Knights of Columbus for putting things in their booth for the church fair, so we will be putting them in the Etsy shop, our things in the Etsy shop instead. Or at least the ones that are Franciscan Gypsy Designs toys will be going to the Franciscan Gypsy Designs shop. I think you were talking about maybe sending some other things.
Yeah, I already spoke to Brittany that I'll be sending some of the things that we were holding back for the table. I'll probably be sending them to Brittany because I want to support her because her
she's been always such an awesome support for us.
Yes, and Comforting Crafts is is Comforting Crafts.
It is Comforting Crafts. It's a very good cause.
Very good cause, and I want to support that. Brittany's always been very supportive of us, and I want to be supportive of that cause for her. So that's where mine will be going.
So maybe sometime tonight, there will be toys going up in the Etsy shop. So I think there's like at least 2 bunnies. Because I want to finish Quicksand before I put this one up. Because I only keep one of each kind of toy for me because I simply don't have the room to keep them all. There'll also be, well, the turtles may or may not be going up. I have a coworker who's already said if I have two turtles show up, she wants them. So I'll probably just tell her those turtles are hers and tell her what to pay me for them.
And I've got a turtle, if I ever get a chance to finish it, that may go into the shop as well. So.
And probably anything in the Etsy shop is basically, it goes into our pockets to help finance the podcast, actually help finance Franciscan Gypsy Designs as well. Because there's a lot of, it costs to get a business started. I did not realize this. If you're serious about it, a business costs money.
And I will probably continue to do, Tayo too will probably continue to do hats that will go to Brittany.
Yeah.
The hats and the scarves and things like that, that you can only make so many and keep them. They'll either go to the hospital or they'll go to Brittany.
Yes.
So that will be our
But if
charity.
all the extra toys that I make, you guys wonder what happens to them, then I can decide.
We have
If I keep some to give for gifts, I can give them as gifts,
Mm-hmm.
or I can put them in the shop.
Or they can go to the pregnancy center.
Or
That was
they
the
can go
other-
to the pregnancy
That was
center.
the other one.
Because
We have the pregnancy center / hospital, and we have then the shop. So
yeah. You will see once I figure out the approximate prices to charge for the toys. I will not charge necessarily for the price of the yarn because sometimes I might have a nice yarn. I just want to spoil myself.
and we're not doing commissions.
No, we're not doing commissions. It'll be as it become available because simply I don't have time with the business to do commissions, and also my hands can't handle doing commissions. But like this was a specialty yarn. I would not charge the amount that the yarn and the work took. I would charge approximately what I think someone would be willing to pay for a handmade cutie pie. But this was something to spoil me. I wanted to work in this yarn with this bunny. So I would not charge more for this bunny versus the one that was worsted in nitpicks. Basically, I would have a set price for DK toys versus worsted toys.
Now, mine are so much bigger when they come up. What would you do?
Mom's might cost a little bit more because her toys are a lot bigger.
Not a whole lot, just a little.
So.
But there aren't going to be that many anyway, because I don't generally make a whole lot because she keeps me busy. Normally, I could keep up and do more, but I'm not stressing my hands out, at least not right now. Okay, anything else for that?
That's it for that. Let me take a drink because this next part is exciting.
No, I have to do this first. Okay. I mentioned that I'm going to be putting up a thread, and I mentioned about the yarn and stuff that I was destashing. I'm going to put up a destash thread as soon as I can get pictures taken in pen, hook, and needles, and that will be sticky note until everything goes. If it doesn't all go, then it'll probably go to Goodwill, or if a substantial amount doesn't go, I'll put it up on the Ravelry stash, whatever you call it. But I want to give you guys a chance first. I have a few skeins of yarn, and I have several magazines and a few books. This Doris Chan book. And there's nothing wrong with these. It's just that when I bought them, I was at a different place. This is a new book.
And Exploded Lace, this is in her thing right now.
Exploded Lace, I just don't do it. It's got a lot of nice patterns. You can see this on Amazon if you want to look inside of it. It's a brand new book. Crochet prayer shawls. With all the shawls, I just have plenty of shawl patterns. And this is really nice. I like the book. I just don't need it. So, and I need more room for something I want to get for Christmas, God willing, that people buy it for me. This is what Davina's using to learn to do some stuff.
Not because we think she's an idiot,
No,
but because
it's simple.
That's what we learned from.
That's what we learned from. And Allison, I'm not insulting you, but you said you wanted to learn how to crochet. This might be helpful to you.
Not because it says idiot.
Not because it says idiot. I don't like that name, but it's put together very, very well in terms of showing you exactly how to do a crochet.
I love the way they write their books.
We each got one of these. Davina's got the other one.
Mine is somewhere. Or maybe I gave you mine.
No,
Davina's got it. That's why I gave it to her.
And so this one...
I think this has our very first crochet project.
I think it does, the shrugs. This is not saying that we demean any of you. We use this ourselves.
I'm trying to find the first one that we did because...
it's under accessories, I think.
Here it is.
Yeah.
This is the first... And we made several of these.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got commissioned for those. It's a shrug.
It's a shrug with sleeves on it.
Uh-huh.
And this is what we used to make our first real crochet project.
We want to
This is our baby step into
sweaters. We want to
sweaters.
emphasize, we do not think anybody's stupid, okay? I wish this was not part of the title. Well,
and I think initially when I really first learned to crochet, this is where I did my first projects from. I think it's either Dummies, no, I think it was Idiots as well. Idiot's Guide to Amigurumi.
And I gave that to Davina because I don't want to get rid of it.
I really didn't even think of wanting to use toys at that point. I was just looking for something that was easy to explain crochet. One night I was bored, and at that point, the only thing I did at night was write and struggle to stay awake. And when you're tired, it's not very easy to write. So I was looking for something to do, and I somehow or another came upon this Amigurumi Idiot's Guide book, and I learned the basics of crochet from that.
So if you're interested in this, this will be up.
This is a very good
book.
series. Idiot's Guide to Crochet Projects and Idiot's Guide to
Amigurumi.
Amigurumi. Very good for learning how to crochet.
But I'm not putting the amigurumi one up for sale at this point because I'm not sure if I want to use it later to help me with some construction things. And Davina's using it as well.
I used to make sure this is in YouTube, but these books were my main teachers.
Mm-hmm. Now, this one and this one are both vintage Gloria's Crocheted Sweaters.
And I have no idea who's calling.
Crocheted Sweaters. These are vintage books.
Call from C.
Do I pause it for just a second? We don't want you to hear whatever message.
Okay, pause. Sorry, guys.
Okay, we're back. We had the phone and the alarm go off because my husband came home, and we didn't want you being distracted by messages or whatever. Okay, so those books and a couple others and several magazines and gotta chill, and some yarn will be going up for D-Stash. So if you want it, just let me know, and there'll be prices or approximate prices, and we'll see if that goes. Okay, so that's that.
Okay, this is something that we've been waiting to tell you guys about for a while.
And we don't have the other stuff involved yet, but that's okay.
The other thing?
Yeah, but that's okay.
Well, that one, that was supposed to be around that other time.
No. I'm meaning the.
Yeah.
Okay. This is part of it.
This is part of it. We've been wanting to tell you guys about this for a while. Do you have it ready?
Yeah, but you want to show ours first?
Yes.
Okay.
So, we've been talking to Silver Shed.
Mm-hmm. The wonderful Anne.
The very wonderful Anne. And this is a mixture of 500 members plus our third year of podcasting. We finally have PHN project bags. It has pen, hooks, and needles, and our pictures. Mom has blue, I have red. No shocker there.
Nope. And this is the 2X.
Yeah.
And mine is. Oh, she put pockets.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Wow, she put pockets. And she sent us. Of course, we have our strap, and we ordered the strap, and we ordered the Notions pouch, and she sent us a Silver Shed pen.
And it has a little doohickey on the bottom.
To do your what do you call it? Your oh, that's a different end. Usually it's up here.
Yeah.
That's interesting. No, don't show them the details yet until we show the other one.
Yeah.
This is for us.
Yes.
But for the 500, one of our 500 member giveaways, because we said we're going to have giveaways, we have a couple things. We didn't think to get the others out. We'll do that next week when we show. But this one is going out to you guys. This is for large, Silver Shed. It's the Pen, Hook, and Needles bag, and it's gray on the inside, and it is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the prizes for the 500 member, and it is especially for us, made up the fabric for us and everything.
Yes.
So this one will go to one lucky winner. And then we'll have other prizes that we forgot to get out, so we'll tell you about those later.
Because we're so excited about the bag.
Mm-hmm. And that's not all now.
That's not all. I talked to Anne, and there will be pre-orders up in her shop.
Her Etsy shop, which is Silver Shed USA.
Yes. And all the colors will be available, all three of those colors, in sizes small through extra large.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of choices for you guys.
Yeah. She said that you can have either the blue, the gray, or the red in any size you want. You just have to pre-order it. Is it up already now, or?
I have not seen. It should be, because she wanted to put it up when we said we got
back to her. And we're just super excited about it. But this one is going out as a prize. There will be some other prizes going out as well. But we're just really excited about it. Anne did a fantastic job.
And I am moving all my stuff for the cabled sweater into that bag because it's outgrowing the bag that it is in.
I will be ordering this one for my mom. This exact size, because she's starting to do this kind of stuff. I think I'll ask Anne if she can still do the strap, because maybe she can carry it with a strap.
But yes, it is very exciting.
Very exciting.
I'm just trying to move some of this into my Notions pouch.
I think that's it, right?
I think it might actually be, and I know I need to get going pretty soon for my infection control
So
thing.
we want to thank everybody again for joining us. We want to thank everybody who has left YouTube comments. I didn't have a chance to stop and get you by name, but we had 3, maybe 4 comments.
I think I might have responded to all of them actually, which is very rare.
Which is
for
rare.
me.
Usually I will respond. I have that chance. So I want to thank you for responding. I want to thank
Sorry,
everybody
guys.
who is leaving comments on the episode threads and on the other threads. And so we want to wish you a very happy and blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, whatever makes you happy. And we hope to see you here again at the PHN Woman Cave. This, God bless, and that's a wrap. Episode 174.